How's it going, guys? Got some truck updates for you. This is the right side. It's not finished welded, but I was up on the charger there. It's not finished welded, but it's awfully close. So, kind of wanted to give you an update. This side's a lot closer than the other side. This is the passenger side. It's actually sitting on the firewall, so on some rollers, so we could access the bottom easier. We had built a stand for it, but we needed to access the bottom. This was a piece of angle iron here that's now supporting the inner rocker. But this will all be seam sealed, like this edge here where the inner and outer rockers meet. You know, there's a bunch of areas that are going to be seam sealed and worked on and whatnot, but like up in there where the cab support and cab corner meet. But she is coming along. That's what's important. Moving on. Drip rails are cut off. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Here's the hole in the roof that I've been talking about, and the dent in the roof. The dent itself, it doesn't show up on camera, I don't think, but it's about as big wide as my hand. Not quite that. But that's from where the forestry service had the CB antenna on top of the roof, and they had crushed it down when they tightened it down. But here's the left side. Like I said, not quite finished yet, but everything's in place. So, and we've kind of been off of the project for a little while. But this undercoat that was on here originally, boy, oh boy, this stuff here, I think it saved this cab. I mean, if you look where all the dirt is and everything, how this piece here isn't rusted out from dirt going up behind there, it's just because it had that undercoat on it. But you know, she's coming on along, and that's what's important. Man, shoot, made it dark. I have to look at this upside down. That's not finished right there, but you know, it's moving on. Other than that, she's solid, pretty dang solid. I did find another spot. I think I might have pointed it out. If I can get to it. Shoot. Right there, this little spot. But that's pretty much all I have as far as metal work. But go back here. Here's the trailer. Got some of this stuff tacked in. It's just tacked in. It's not final welded. I'll give y'all a good inspection of that when everything's ground down and painted. This ain't a trailer update anyway. This is a truck update. I think a few of y'all been waiting for this. But I got a radio for it. Just went to Walmart, picked up a Pioneer, something simple. I knew it'd fit in a dash. Cut it out, build a tray for it to sit on, rig up some way to mount it. It's already got the little bezel that goes around the outside. But I paid $85 for this and got a 1-year warranty for $6. Not guaranteed that it'll be on the road in a year, but well, I hope it'll be on the road in a year. But I ain't gonna pull it out of the box. Just kind of let you look in the box. Had it out a million times already. That's gonna look good in the dash. So it wasn't the one I thought it was until after I bought it and got it home. But I don't really care. I'm not that big on stereos and whatnot, you know. As long as it has a CD player with an AM/FM radio, I don't really care. I'm in high school, but I don't listen to music loud. All I listen to is country anyway, and I don't like to listen to it loud. And I'm probably all I'm going to do for speakers in this truck, even though it's going to be a daily driver, is 2 custom kick panel speakers. I may put one underneath the dash somewhere, but I highly doubt it. Like them Pioneer brand kick panel speakers that go right here with the speakers in them. So, you know, I ain't really worried about it. Not something that's going to make or break the truck. Next up, well, there's the stand that we had built for it. But here's the dash cluster to it. Or the gauge cluster, whatever you want to call it. had this on it because it was hanging on the wall. But I'm fixing to pull it apart, start restoring it. Don't know if my fuel gauge works because, even though it's stuck in that position, because the wire to the sending unit was cut when we pulled it down. So I know my speedometer works. Let me put it this way, I've had it at 50, so whatever. But the biggest update is what I'm about to show you. Can't show you a whole lot of it because of the way it's sitting, but got a bed. I ended up buying this just a few days after I posted the video looking for a short bed. I'm in Prattville and I went to Columbiana, Alabama to pick this up. I went up there actually looking for a different bed. I put an ad, like I said, I put the ad in some of the local papers and whatnot, and got a bite. Went there, looked at it. It needed a floor. He would tell me it was rust free. Needed a floor, and everything else was good. But I didn't want to put $1,000 into a bed just yet to put a floor in it. So, but he turned me on to this dude, and we went over to his place. He's got tons of parts, and just so happens he had a 70 short wheelbase 2-wheel drive with disc brakes loaded with this bed on it, and it's in really good shape. It's not rotted out anywhere except the inner fender wells, and if you look on them, it's the inner fender well itself that's rotted out, not the floor. Who the heck that is going down the road? But it's a dead-end road. I don't know why anybody would come down here. People come down here all the time thinking it leads out, but it doesn't. They don't read the dead-end sign. All this right here is not Bondo. I kid you, that's not Bondo. That's solid metal behind there. So he told me that he knew the dude that owned the truck previously, and he was actually trying to skim over the trim holes. So this is all got ground back off. But the only rot besides that, well, there's a good little rot right there in that support. Oh well, what you gonna do about it? But I ended up paying $120 for this bed, and I gave him. He asked $100. I gave him an extra $20 because we used his tools to pull it off. But the only other rot it's got is in the floor, and unfortunately, that's where I cannot show it to you because it's underneath one of these. I think it's underneath this cross member this side. You can kind of see where it begins right there. That's the undercoat peeling off right there. There's a good bit of undercoat. But you can see underneath there, that's really good metal. And it's still got most of the undercoat on it. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, paid $120, then we went back up there. Just a couple days ago. And I went up there looking for a set of pair of doors because these, the originals, are shot. Though they're not shot, they can be repaired. The bottoms of them, which you cannot see, that it would need the lower piece, the lower inner, and then the outer panel, outer skin, both of them. So, and then the other set, the pair of 68 doors over there that I have, are just as bad, if not worse. So, by the time I had the time and money invested in just rebuilding what's here, I could buy another set of doors for $50 a piece. That's solid. So I went up there looking for doors. Well, didn't have anything that wasn't much better than that. So I'd still have to put repair panels in them. I've got some other leads hunting, but I did manage to get, oh yeah, I got the axle primed on that. And that stuff, I think I showed you that, but I got some of that tacked in. But got up there and got a glove box door that you can paint. And the reason I bought it for $20 is because it had a good stainless steel latch in it. That worked great, so I got everything for it. And I bought a tailgate. Another tailgate because the one I have, thought it was in good shape, but it's rotted out on the bottom. So I bought one that's got a big old dent in the face of it for $50. I'm going to try to get that out. If I can't get that out, I'm going to order a brand new reproduction tailgate. That's the smooth style without the Chevrolet in it. This gate looks good because it's only $170 reproduction. This gate looks good, but it's got a lot of rust on it. So I got to finish this up because